Hi group number 3s, welcome to this week's reading. This week we are doing a collective checkup. A collective checkup is just a reading where I do a Celtic cross and I get a sense of where everybody is and what's going on, and your guides give you some advice. It's really nice. So I do this every 9 videos to try and keep up to date on what my collective is feeling and experiencing so that I can kind of give you guys readings that help. So, the card that you guys were drawn in by was this one, Enter the Jade Temple. We're going to read this one at the end of your reading. So we're going to put it right over here and we're going to get started, okay? So, let's do it. Guides of group number 3, would you please tune me in with them, help me figure out what is going on with them, and help them in any way that I can with your help. Could I get some cards, please? This one wanted to come out, but so did this one and this one. Any more flyers? This one. And I think that's it, so. All right. So, it's a big spread, takes up a lot of space. I am going to flip the cards over one at a time and tell you what they mean in the space they mean as we go, all right? So, hang on, here we go. So card number 1 is the center card. This card talks about what is your current state of being, what is going on with you. And the card that we have for you guys is, the Death card. Wow. Yeah, you guys are in a major state of flux. Wow, I'm also realizing that I missed a card on all the other readings. So we're just going to keep going this way. This is not a true Celtic cross now because I forgot the cross. But it is all right. The guides must have anticipated me messing this up today, and that's just how it's going to go. Because I've done it this way for all the other readings. So we're just going to go with it. So, yeah, normally you have a card that crosses your current state at the moment, but the way the readings have been going have been working out. So we're just going to keep with it. And I hope you guys forgive me. Anyway, so the card you have in your current state is the Death card. Now, the Death card really talks about change, like something dying and something else coming from that. This card in particular in this deck really focuses on the life coming after death, because it has this nest full of new life birthed from a skeleton. So this card really does talk about the birth forth of new life from death. Nothing changes if nothing changes, and you are in a current state of things dying, of things changing. You might feel in this moment that everything's going wrong. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this card right now, is that you might feel like everything is going wrong. But your guides are saying that there's new life being planted right here, right now, in the space where you feel that everything is going wrong. Something is going right that you're not knowing about or realizing at the moment. So let's see what's behind you. The card right here, this card talks about what is behind you, what is past, what is over. And the card we have is the Knight of Cups. Oh, this is an interesting card to get in this position because it could be a person. We could be moving on from somebody romantic in our lives. That could be the thing we are doing. But it could also be talking about moving on from this romanticized idea of love and what love is, because the Knight of Cups is really the chivalrous knight. They are the chivalrous knight. There's no doubt about it. They are the Lancelot to your Gwendolyn type knight. And they charge in and they rush forward, and they don't really think about it because it's all about love, right? I think we're dying to this idea of love. I think we're realizing that love takes a lot more effort, takes a lot more practice than what we have previously thought. Love takes effort. Love is not, doesn't just happen overnight, is a thing we are realizing right now. We might also be dying to the idea that love is enough for our romantic life. Maybe it's not. Maybe what we need is more concrete action, not just it's fine, I love you. You know, we need to see concrete change in action in our partners, in our friends, whatever this is talking about specifically for you. We're dying to this idea that romance and love just happens, which is kind of sad, but also like, yeah, kind of more realistic. So let's move on. Let's see, what is crowning you currently? This crowning card talks about maybe an achievement that you feel, or maybe something that's just clouding your whole mind at the moment, something. So the card that we have here is the Page of Swords. Yeah, so the Page of Swords is the page that doesn't shut up. They just talk and talk and talk and talk. They're just racing thoughts always. So you are struggling with some racing thoughts. And by the picture, because this is a harpy and they are classically not nice creatures, I have a feeling that the thoughts that are racing with us at the moment are not positive ones. They're maybe negative, maybe self-nitpicking, maybe self-destructive type of thinking. And that is clouding our mind at the moment, for sure. So the next card we have is what is ahead of us? What is on the path looking forward? And the card we have here is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands. This card talks about taking what is ours and leaving. Especially the way it is depicted here. This talks about taking our provisions and going. Moving forward, getting out of a situation. Sometimes it talks about betrayal, but that's not what I'm feeling here. I'm feeling that this person has been neglected, abused, something, and they are taking what they can, what they have learned from previous things, and moving out, moving away, moving forward. So this is something to do with you taking a stand for yourself in whatever way that looks like for you. It could just be starting to put new boundaries in place with our loved ones, or it could be saying what we really feel sometimes when normally we would just shut up and deal with it. It's making space for ourselves is what I'm feeling from this card. And then at our base, what is at our feet? We have the Hanged Man. Oh, I love this for us. This death is really changing our perspective on the world and on our thoughts about how things should or should not be. Now, this Hanged Man actually looks a lot like a really old version of the Hanged Man, which actually looked like a woman in a field with a snake in front of her. So it could be, because it's bringing this to mind, some debated that this card was actually supposed to be prudence, the fourth Christian value or virtue. So it's kind of giving me that sense of like, we're slow to move, but it's because we're being prudent. It's because we're taking stock of what's really true and what's false, what we have believed about someone or something for so long and have begun to change our perspective on. So this at your base, you are shifting your perspective. You are prudently changing your reality to see what is true and false instead of a romanticized version of what it is. You're starting to see the reality, which is good, but can also be a very painful process. So be nice to yourselves through this process. All right, the next card we have for you, this card talks about our friends and family, the influences that are around us. And the card we have here is, wow, another death card. This is the 10 of Swords, which does talk about death again. This is a different kind of death. Normally, this is like a dead and gone, it's done, we're moving on type thing. But again, this deck really focuses on life from death because these flowers are growing literally out of her body. So maybe the influences around us, we are seeking for new ones. Maybe we are dismissing people that no longer serve us or no longer jive with our beliefs, or we're finally walking away from some abusive relationships, possibly. But again, your guides have this theme of like, yes, and this is hard and awful, and it's giving new life and new opportunity into your life. This is hard and awful, losing people in whatever capacity it is. We're losing some influences in our life. That's always going to be hard, but that gives us so much more space for our own voice, and it also gives us so much space for voices that will help us grow instead of holding us back. Okay, so the next card that we have for you guys, this card talks about your attitude in this whole situation, and the card we have is the Moon. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense for you guys because a process like this that has so much death and change and saying goodbye to old thoughts, old ways of thinking, old relationships even, it involves a lot of fear. It's very scary. It's feels like the dark side is encroaching on you, you know? Change is scary, and shifting, feeling like there's shifting sands beneath you at all times is terrifying. I totally understand this. So I get why your attitude at the moment is fearful. You're afraid of the unknown, you're afraid of the new, you're afraid of stepping forward and saying with your whole chest, like, I deserve space. You're afraid of that. I totally understand. It's a process. It's probably not, your attitude's probably not going to change overnight. It takes a long time. I can vouch for this. All right. So be nice to yourselves in this whole process. Again, is a message coming from your guides. Be nice to yourself. It is a process. The next card we have for you guys is your hopes and fears. And this card, we have the Queen of Wands. I love this. I love this for you guys because this is what you could become. The Queen of Wands is one of the more powerful of the queens. She is the queen who does not take anybody's bullshit. She is a magical divine creature who is a master at her own passions and her own will force. This is what you could become. This is your hopes. But it might also be your fear. You're afraid that if you become this person, you might lose everything. But maybe that's the price. And even if we do lose everything, your guides have said multiple times, even if we lose all of these things, there is still new things coming. There's still new for you. There's still a bright horizon. It might be dark now, but the sun is coming up tomorrow. So don't be afraid of taking up space for yourself. The people who really care about you will see you step into this space of caring about yourself and be so happy for you. They'll be so proud of you for finally standing up and saying what you mean. And those who are affected by it in a negative way, maybe they're not the friends you thought they were. Maybe they're not an influence you need around you. I'm not saying cut off everybody. That's not a prescriptive thing. Definitely talk it through with safe people before cutting people off. But yeah. So, last but not least, the card we have for you. This one is the outcome of this whole situation. And the card we have for you guys is the Hierophant. Wow, this card came out twice today. I love this for you guys. Because the outcome of all of this change, all this introspection, all of this changing of our hearts and minds and thoughts and actions and how we approach the world around us, it's going to help you evolve. It's going to bring you closer to the divine. It's going to bring you into a safer space for your soul. It's going to help you fly, help you change, help you break out of tradition, because this particular Hierophant, this one really talks about changing tradition, about breaking certain bonds to become your own new element. This whole deck really does talk about that. But this card in particular, it's talking about taking your spirituality, your religion, whatever you subscribe to, taking that to the next level because you are making it your own and not making it what you think other people want it to be. Okay? I love that for you guys. So, last but not least, I am going to draw a card from my Animal Spirits deck. And then we will also read your Kunyin Oracle. I'm really excited to see what it says now that we've done this reading. And that will be your whole reading, you guys. Okay, so guides of my group number 3s, please give me that one already. Are you sure? Here, let's do one more and see. He's normally right. Oh, but 2 this time. All right. So let's see what he has to say. We have for you guys the Sea Serpent. This is one of the spirit cards. And we also have the Buffalo. He's an earth card. So we will read both of these for you guys out of the book, and then we will read your Kunyin. So let's read the Buffalo first. He is a earth element. Here he is. Buffalo, earth energy, grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in earth, yet its heart and mind rise toward heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time. And may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. When it is in balance, it is trusting and of pure presence. When it is out of balance, it is restless and lacks gratitude. To bring it into balance, use prayer or Hakati. I don't know what that word is. Okay, bhakti is a kind of movement. It's like yoga. It means the path of devotion. It's a type of yoga. So yeah, if you're not into prayer, you could use movement or dancing or something like that. Yeah, to bring you into balance. All right, and then we have your sea serpent card. The sea serpent, spirit energy, healing emotional wounds, expressing desires. Ooh, yes, this card though is definitely for you guys. Okay. The sea serpent represents the energy of expression, whether it's emotions, creativity, or sensuality, or desire. The sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We lose the grip of self-judgment and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates, and in some areas of our life, the current of expression stagnates in some areas of our life, and in other places it floods. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. The sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection. She supports us as we learn to express our true natures. It also says the sea serpent is attached to the second chakra. The subtle energy of the sea serpent occupies the area of the second chakra, located deep within the pelvic bowl. This chakra is known as our center of creativity and desire and is associated with the water element. I cannot say the word that this chakra is, but this chakra translates to in her own abode, indicating this chakra is the home of the Divine Mother or the Kundalini herself. That's lovely. And last but not least, we're going to read your Jade Temple card. Enter the Jade Temple. Kun Yin in her temple of peaceful jade causes all conflict to elevate to a higher peaceful resolution. A resolution and healing of any situation that is concerning you is already underway. You are being asked to begin to feel the relief of that resolution now, so that you can more readily melt into the divine solution and blessing of peace from the beloved Kun Yin. That's beautiful. Yeah, I love all of these for you. Yes. Well, that's all I'm seeing for you guys, my group number 3s. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. That helps me out so much. I hope you all have a blessed everything and a happy new year. This was Pan. Bye, guys.